All right, you guys, welcome back to the channel. Before we jump into today's topic, I do want to say, make sure you guys are staying safe out there with stuff going around. It's getting pretty serious. As most of you know, I'm up in Washington State. So just make sure you guys are washing your hands, staying safe. I work in microbiology, and I know it's not something you guys want to mess with. So make sure you guys are washing your hands. You're not kissing strangers. You're not grabbing people's butts, whatever you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. Just make sure you guys don't get sick. But with that, we're gonna jump into today's topic because it is a good one that you guys have asked me to cover a few times now. So we're talking about downpipes in this video. We're gonna go over catted downpipes, catless downpipes, and we're also gonna touch on boost creep because boost creep can be a result of running a catless downpipe, but we're gonna go more into the details of that one here soon. So with that, let's just jump into it. Oh, ooh, that was weird. Don't do that. Stick with the O. All right, friends, so let's start this video off by saying what a catalytic converter is, since we're gonna be talking about them a lot in this video. So every car that is made and sold in the United States from the factory is going to come with a catalytic converter somewhere in the exhaust system. On Subarus, it's gonna be in the downpipe. Well, on these ones, it's gonna be in the downpipe. On other cars, it could be right after the header. It could be on the mid-pipe. You won't see them on the axle back. You'll see mufflers back there. So I mean, don't get the muffler and the catalytic converter confused. But the purpose of the catalytic converter is to take any of the carbon monoxide generated by the engine, it passes through the catalytic converter, and then it spits out carbon dioxide on the rear end. Now the way it does that is it uses a two-way reaction, taking that carbon monoxide and converting it into carbon dioxide with the platinum and the palladium inside of that catalytic converter. That's why you're gonna see a lot of people trying to buy catalytic converters online, but we'll jump into that here in a little bit. Now, if you are looking into buying a downpipe for your car, and you're either looking at the catted or the catless option, just know that the catted downpipes are going to be more expensive. There's going to be some pros and cons of each of them. So I mean, for the catted downpipe, it is more expensive because you have that platinum and that palladium that is inside of that catalytic converter. Right now, as of March 12th, 2020, platinum is about $25 a gram and palladium is about $60 a gram. That's a lot. That's expensive. So that's why you're going to see catted downpipes being much more expensive. Is these catalytic converters, they're high flow catalytic converters, which allow a lot of air to pass through them, as well as that material being inside there. It's not cheap, and generally you're gonna have about 3 to 4 grams of each material in each catalytic converter. So as you can see, the price adds up relatively quick there. Now, why would you want a catted downpipe over a catless? Yes, a catless downpipe is going to sound louder. Yes, it is going to smell like unburnt fuel, and ooh, you want that race car vibe. But maybe you live in a state that has smog testing, emissions, or inspection that you have to get your car past to be able to get your tabs to be able to drive your car anywhere you need to go. Now, a catted downpipe is a good option for this because it still allows you to be within the federal or state regulations that you need to abide by, so that way you can pass those emission standards so you can drive your car on the street, so you can get your tabs, so you're not getting pulled over for driving around with expired tabs and getting points on your license. So I mean, catted downpipes, good way to go if you're legally trying to get a downpipe on the car. Now, personally, this STI that I am sitting in or on right now, whatever you want to call it, this one is running on a catted downpipe, and this is my first out of all 6 STIs I've owned that has had a catted downpipe. Normally, I've always gone catless just because they are much cheaper, but we'll get into prices here in a little bit. But for the reasoning on this, I wanted to help regulate boost creep with the car, so we went catted. Now, the way... Well, actually, you know what? We're gonna go on a tangent here and talk about some boost creep and catted downpipes for a sec. So, I mean, let's get into that. So let's talk about the performance aspect of downpipes and boost creep. Now, what is boost creep? We'll use my car as an example. So my car is tuned at 19 PSI, and boost creep is essentially going to be a spike in power at higher RPMs, which causes the boost to jump up from 19 to whatever interval it goes to after that. So it's going beyond the threshold of what it was tuned for and what the controller is set for. Now, this can be potentially hazardous, as when it does those boost spikes, it's not tuned for 21, 25, 30 PSI, whatever it's jumping up to, and it's gonna start running into fueling issues. Now, when you run into fueling issues, you can lean out, you can misfire, you can knock. There's a whole bunch of negative things that can go along with boost creep, but there are ways to mitigate boost creep. So we're gonna define what boost creep actually is in a more mechanical manner. So boost creep essentially happens because the hole in the wastegate is physically too small for all of the exhaust gas to pass through. Now, if you can't get all of that exhaust gas to pass through that hole, essentially it has to go somewhere. So it's gonna end up backtracking through the turbine, which is gonna end up causing that spike in boost, which is not good for the car. Like I said, it can cause fueling issues, misfires, detonations, knock, you name it, it'll happen. You don't want it, we don't want that, no one wants that. So let's avoid that. Now, like I said, catted cars can also run into this issue, but it does help mitigate the risk a lot better because you have that catalytic converter. It does help with the back pressure on the turbo, which allows the exhaust gases to flow a little bit better passing through there. But if you truly do want to mitigate all of the potential of having boost creep, or at least a lot of it, external wastegate is going to be the way to go for you. I'm not going to go too much into external wastegates in this video because we are going to do a dedicated video on external wastegates here in the future. It's going to be a great way to help mitigate the risk of having potential boost spikes and potential boost creep, which could cause damage to your engine. Now, I'm going to say this now, as catless downpipes are a lot more free flowing than a catted downpipe, but you need to weigh out the risk versus reward for what you want. Generally, if you're going to be running a catted or a catless downpipe, is strictly going to depend on the setup that you're running. Now, all of the cars that you will be seeing that are running catless reliably are going to have some sort of external wastegate. They are going to be a different turbo than OEM, and generally they mitigate out any potential for that boost creep with everything that they've put into the car. But if you are going to run catless or catted downpipe, just make sure that whatever it is you're choosing, you are planning ahead for the mods that you plan on getting or the current mods that you already have done to the car. No one wants to be buying two downpipes. It gets expensive quick. Trust me, it does. So let's talk about catless downpipes here for a minute. So if you've never smelt a catless downpipe, not the pipe, don't go out and smell your catless downpipe or your cat. Don't smell your cat. If you got a pet cat, I mean, if you want to smell your cat, you smell your cat. You do what you want with your cat. I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your cat. But with catless downpipes, you are gonna have an interesting smell coming out of the exhaust. Now, I don't recommend you go back there and start huffing your exhaust. That's not what I'm telling you to do. But if you do have a catless downpipe on the car and you walk back there on a cold start, you'll notice that the car has an interesting smell to it that a catted car won't have. So because you don't have that catalytic converter in the downpipe, you're letting all that carbon monoxide pass through the exhaust without being extracted and converted to carbon dioxide. Now, carbon monoxide can be very hazardous to human health. So if you're in a small garage like this, don't let your car run with all the doors shut. You'll pass out and you'll die. You will die of oxygen depletion, and we don't want that. No one wants that. So, I mean, just be careful with a catless downpipe if you're in a small garage. I mean, I don't need to tell you guys that. Now, something that I know a lot of people want, that I hear all the time from you guys, is you guys want that turbo whistle coming out of the exhaust. Now, a catless downpipe will amplify that sound a lot more than a catted one will, because that catalytic converter is also going to act like a resonator to kind of pull out some of that sound. So if you do want massive turbo noises coming out of your exhaust, a catless downpipe is going to be a good way to go. But if you do that, just remember to mitigate for that boost creep and throw on an external wastegate, or just make sure you're not jumping really hard into the high RPMs if you are pro-tuned and getting into boost. Also, since we're talking about it, please do not run a catless downpipe on an OTS tune. All OTS tunes, which are the off-the-shelf maps, are tuned for catted downpipes. 100% catted downpipes, you will boost creep 100% on a catless downpipe on an OTS tune. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just please don't. Don't blow up your car. No one wants that. Now, when it comes to price for these, like I said, catted downpipes are generally going to they're always going to be more expensive than a catless downpipe. But if you are looking for a catless downpipe and that is the option that you want to go with, you can pick up a catless downpipe for around $250 to $300. I know Nvidia is a big catless downpipe person out there. I know you can score some other good brands if you really want one. So, I mean, catless downpipes, like I said, much cheaper, that $250 to $300 range. Now, if you want a catted downpipe, and that is the option that you are deciding to go with, you're going to be spending a lot more money. So generally, when it comes to a catted downpipe, you're going to be spending anywhere from about $500 up to about $750, depending on the brand that you want, if it's ceramic coated, if it's not. So, I mean, just keep that in mind. Fit your budget. If you cannot, just make sure to get one that fits your budget, and that you're aware that if you are getting a catless downpipe, you do run that potential issue of hitting boost creep. Now, one more thing, because I know you guys are going to ask down in the comments. Yes, 100% a downpipe will void your warranty. If you don't want to void your warranty, but you want a downpipe, I mean, you got a decision to make there, bud. That one's up to you to figure out, because I can't tell you to void your warranty or not. But if you do have any questions about if you should void your warranty or not, you know, I already made that video, the should you void your warranty video. don't heat wrap your downpipes either. Don't put, if you are, make sure you like coat them or something. We'll talk about that also. So heat wrapping your downpipe, that's a thing that people do. The thing, if you are going to heat wrap your downpipe, make sure you spray it with something that will keep moisture out from the inside. There are a lot of downpipes I've seen out there that people have wrapped, and they did a fantastic job wrapping the downpipe. But especially up here in Washington State where it rains a lot, maybe it rains a lot where you are, or it's very humid, you will get moisture trapped underneath that downpipe, and it will start to destroy that downpipe over time. And that's how you're going to end up spending a lot more money, buying more downpipes, and it's expensive. So if you are going to wrap your downpipe, make sure you do it properly. We will do a wrapping video of how to wrap exhaust components here in the future once I get my headers in for the sty. And I'll show you guys how to properly wrap something. So, I mean, with that, that's really all I have for you guys when it comes to downpipes. So let's get this camera put back up on the bench and wrap this video up. All right, you guys, so that's pretty much going to wrap this video up. If you guys are curious on some good quality downpipe brands out there, like I said, if you are looking to go Catless, Nvidia is really the only one that comes to mind that I would recommend getting. If you are looking to get a catted downpipe or J-pipe, because UWX owners have J-pipes, which is still a downpipe, it just looks like a J. Cobb, ETS, Nameless Performance, Grimspeed are all some really good downpipe companies out there. I really like Grimspeed's limited downpipes. They're pretty pricey, but you can get them ceramic coated, which is nice. So it takes a whole step of having to do a lot of stuff out of the process for you. Like I said, those are all going to be between like $500 and $700 ish. Just get one that fits your budget. If you are looking for a quality downpipe, those are my suggestions. Now with that, that's really everything I have for you guys talking about downpipes. I did want to give a shout out to everyone who's ordered some merchandise. Greatly appreciated. All the proceeds from any merchandise go back into the channel, whether it be camera equipment to give better quality, lighting, garage improvements to get rid of the spiders in here because they keep trying to get me, or some more installs for you guys depending on what you guys want to see. So, I mean, if you guys are interested in swooping some up, it should all be down like right under the video. It all goes to my Teespring account, and if you guys have any ideas for anything else that you might want merchandise-wise, please let me know. We do have stickers, because I know some people were asking about that. But anyways, I appreciate all the time you guys spend here on the channel with me, especially talking about these cool topics. And if you liked this video, you know what to do. Go ahead, hit that little thumbs up and turn it blue. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel and you want to be, let's do the front wheel up here tonight. Just kidding, I want the back wheel. We'll do that one. And with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, homies.